Alright, go ahead, bud. It's all you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Is It Good Sonic Colors Ultimate. We wanted to just roll right into the review, since A, this is just kind of a re-release of the original game, and B, there isn't too much to go into. I mean, honestly, it's still a pretty solid game. When I played the original Sonic Colors as a younger lad, it was honestly a really good breath of fresh air after what Unleashed brought, which good day stages, but very weird, if not clunky, night stages to deal with. Colors was all day stages, essentially, with the new added startup of the more side-scrolly function. So, really, a lot of my issues that would come with this game would come from the original Colors. And I'll say that real quick. Honestly, Colors itself is still, to me, a very solid Sonic game, if not with its faults for its slippery physics and its inability to kind of generally figure out what it's trying to do. A lot of the time it doesn't really fully know, and that kind of becomes a mess when you have 6 acts per stage and some of them just repeat. So that's kind of one of those things where the original game itself kind of had a solid base, but it was still very flawed, and then this is a remake of that very flawed base. What this brings to the table, though, is a new way for people to experience the game that isn't on a dead console. A better graphics setup, more to its credit design in terms of graphics. A lot of people were grading it on a higher resed emulated version of the Wii version, and that just isn't really fair. This is a really good looking game. There's a lot of beautiful segments, there's a lot of really good environments and atmospheres, and the music remixing is really well done across the board. So as a remaster, it kind of does hold up. And if you're gonna play it on the PS4 port like we did, the PC port I recommend, probably the Xbox port, I haven't seen much of that. Don't buy the Switch port, it just isn't worth it. It's honestly never worth buying a Switch port, especially for a remake of a game. Because the Switch just doesn't have the optimization hardware for most games. Crazily enough, you'd think it would be better, but it just never is. So that's the main thing, is don't judge it based on the port that you need to, like if you're gonna get the Switch version, that's fine. You honestly may not have any issues, since a lot of people's glitch issues were with the emulated Switch version and not the actual Switch version. So it was already an unfair battle to begin with. I can be a bit of apologist for this game, as Bottles can tell you. I love this game a lot, and you could cry out that it's nostalgia goggles or rose-tinted glasses, but honestly, I love this game. I think it's a great, solid game. I think the stages are really well designed at the best of times, and at the worst of times, they're mediocre. And then the boss fights are whatever they are. They're thin, but they don't really last that long anyway, so really, how can you complain that much? This version added the Metal Sonic races, which we didn't get to do, but those are really fun. They add a new challenge in trying to get to the stage faster for people that are not like me and have tried to find the faster routes already. It kind of implores you to do so. The Jade Ghost Wisp adds a lot more to the gameplay functionality of the Wisp. It creates a new way to find certain red rings, and honestly gives a new sense of adventure to the whole side of the story with the Wisp, because we know all the Wisp already, but the Jade Wisp adds at least a little something new, so that everyone's having some type of new experience. And the cosmetics don't really do any damage, and they don't really add too much either, but they are kind of nice to look at, honestly. So I'll give it that. Honestly, the original Colors I probably placed at a solid 7.5 to 8 out of 10, which is high, but that's fine. And honestly, this one I'd probably put at, at least a solid half grade lower, so 7.5 or 7 is kind of in that interim area. That's kind of where I'd rank the game. Honestly, I say it's good. I've said it's good from the start, and I didn't really expect much less. The only problems I really have with this are optimization things, like no full-out graphic settings to turn down bloom or anything like that. At certain moments, bloom has a way of killing the game. Both on the PC port and here, the load times for levels are so much worse. I mean, even if you play on Wii hardware, the stage times are never that long to load. And I'm just sitting here looking at like Act 2 for like a solid, like, even 30 seconds is just too long for a loading screen for that. And I get it, it's loading a lot of shaders and stuff, but that comes with optimization that they should have done. My biggest thing is that they could probably fix this with one really solid patch. Because again, a lot of it's just optimization on the consoles. But Sega probably won't do that because they're Sega and they don't like doing that. So, it is what it is. I recommend this game highly, I always have, and I hope more people play it, especially now that it's on modern gen hardware and it looks nicer to the eyes. And I hope people listen to the soundtrack because the music and score of this game are amazing as always. Please, give this a look. And honestly, if this port does well enough, who knows, maybe we will see an Unleashed Ultimate down the line. So, hopefully that happens. Mike?
As a Sonic game, I would say that it's pretty good. I have a few issues, like the original game coming out right after Generations, it was a little bit jarring just because of the difference in graphical fidelity. I think that they definitely have improved the graphics significantly. I have a few issues with just core gameplay. I wish that you could boost more. And it's a little bit too many 2D platforming sections for me. I think that if I were to play a Sonic game, I would probably want to turn to Unleashed or Generations. It's definitely pretty good for a Sonic game. I like the extra stuff that they added to kind of give you an endgame grind, mainly in cosmetics. I think that that's really cool. I like to see more cosmetics inside of Sonic games because it gives you a reason to play through stages a few more times. Other than to just grind out red rings, grinding out medals so you can buy all the cosmetics. I think that's pretty cool. Soundtrack is amazing. There were plenty of times as we were going through the game that I was bobbing my head to this music, so that's definitely a great reason to give the game a try. I think you captured it pretty well. I think maybe a 7.5. Is it good? I think it's pretty good. Nothing insane, nothing to write home about in my own opinion, but it's good for a Sonic game.
I think that kind of sums it up. Nice 7.5 out of 10. Kind of stays in that area where I'm not really sure if I want to do a solid 7 or a solid 7.5, but it's just in that area, It's got a very nice feel to it and it's got its flaws, but hey, what game doesn't? With Sonic, it could always be hit or really bad miss, and this stays right at a nice hit to me, so it's good. I'll say this, if you guys like this series, if you guys like what we've been doing with Is It Good, please let us know in the comment section down below. Let us know what other games you want us to take a look at, what other series. Please hit us up on our Discord if you have any requests that you want us to do, any games you want us to play. Follow us on Twitter to see what's coming up next. Definitely subscribe to the channel because we are going to be posting here and on our second channel. We got a lot of stuff coming up in the future and I hope you guys are excited for it. This is definitely a new series that we're trying out, a new way of doing our Let's Plays, so please let us know if you like it, and if you show friends this series to see if they want to get into the games that we play, let us know what they think. But until then, I'm Pete.
Yep, I'm Drew. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Please do not be concerned if you encounter any screaming aliens. The screams are how they communicate. Really, I promise.